Notification Squad, what up? This is Alec with Team APS, and I've got a Vendread profile for you guys. That's right, Vendread, we're making zombies dead again. We're just gonna hop right into our Vendread suite. Triple Vendread Slayer, he's the, Triple Vendread Slayer. He is our titular monster at this point. Vendread Slayer is a level 6 by himself. He's actually not that impressive. He gains 300 attack during damage calculation, which is it's a permanent gain, and he banishes a zombie to do it. But that's really all he does by himself. And of course, he also floats and gets back another copy of the spell and sends a Vendread to grave. Can be potentially pretty powerful, but as it stands, you're not going to get a whole lot. But if you get both of his effects off, you can lock up a game. Then our two Vendread monsters, we have Revenants and Hound Horde. So how they work is if they're tributed, if they're on the field and they're tributed for a ritual summon, they give Slayer extra effects. Hound Horde will give him the ability to a quick effect to hit spell or traps, and Revenants will give him the quick effect to hit monsters. So you can potentially just take 2 cards off your opponent's board every single turn. It can be very powerful, and they also recur. Hound Horde, if you pitch a Vendread card from hand, he special summons from grave. And Revenants, if it's on the field and destroyed by card effect or battle, can special summon from the grave. But they're banished when they die again, so be wary of that. And that's all the Vendreads we have, guys. Sorry if you thought there were going to be more of them. Now we're into our zombie suite, triple solitaire. Well, you know why we run them, so we can run triple unizombie, well, 6 unizombies essentially. And the whole idea here is unizombie lets you send zombies from hand and grave very quickly. And these two together, plus Mizuki, means Omega all day. It's a solid strategy to help you, if you don't already have your Slayer, you can kind of wait it out until you do get Slayer. Might be a little controversial, but triple Gozuki. I run him for the same reason I run Unizombie. I want to send zombies to grave, and he's kind of better to make alongside Unizombie other than Solitaire, because then you could be sending 2 zombies to grave every turn, not just 1. So a little bit faster. You can just kind of get through your deck, and his special summon effect, it's not that bad. Then, speaking of special summoning, triple Mizuki. It's a zombie deck. He's a zombie. He's the zombie, so. And then to my last zombie, Goblin Zombie. Because like I said, I do like to make Omega. And who doesn't love making Omega and then searching a card? So that's really why it's here. You send him a grave, special summon him, and you just sink away. Then some hand traps. 2 ogres and a max C, because you're focusing on the one thing. If you don't have it, you need to defend yourself. And even if you do have it, you still want to defend yourself. So, got my ogres, I got my C. Let's play. We're going into spells now, so I'm going to, of course, start off with Vendread Origin. So Vendread Origin is a solid little spell. You know, it lets you summon a Slayer from the grave or your hand, depending on how you feel about it, and you can even tribute zombies in the grave. And if you thought it was done, you're wrong, because it also protects a Vendread monster on the field from destruction by banishing it from the grave. So you potentially can get a lot of work out of this as 1 card. Oh, and because it lists Vendread Slayer in the second part of its effect, it is a pre-prep target. Speaking of which, triple pre-prep. Because this card is just a simple plus, run it if you can. I say run as many as you possibly can, just to get the best hand you can. And then old school, but we love it, Preparation of Rites, because Slayer's level 6, it falls under. So go ahead and search your Slayer. I run double Allure. We do run quite a few dark monsters. I don't feel like we run enough to really say, hey, let's run 3 Allure, because we all know the danger of Allure. Double Twin Twisters, because back row sucks, and we really don't mind pitching from hand. Sometimes that's all it takes to get your plays going. So I can run double Twin Twister, and I don't feel bad about it. Then on my one-ofs, Foolish Burial and Burrow from a Different Dimension. These just kind of standard in a zombie deck. One sends to grave and one gets things from banish. And then my Solemn Suite, because as I said before, I want some defense, plain and simple. Now for the extra deck. Now the extra deck isn't really complete. We don't have all the Vendread cards, so it's kind of hard for me to settle on a build. So I'm just gonna go through things we can make now that you can consider putting in your deck. And these are not, there's no ratio here, so you play it how you will. Number 1 is our Link monsters, Mrs. Radiant and Decode Talker. We can make Mrs. Radiant through Gozuki and Mezuki. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but you can't deny those links. Decode Talker, while he takes 3 monsters, he provides the same benefit as Mrs. Radiant, but he's a bit bigger and does have an effect. So if you want to make more other things other than Omega, or if you want to make 2 Omegas in a turn, you're gonna need one of these guys. And I just put in the 1 Xyz because Slayer is a 6. You can make Draculus. And he's just kind of on theme, even though he's a worm. He's kind of like a vampire zombie thing. He's cool. He comes back from the grave. He's not hard to get rid of, but he'll keep coming back. And now mainly our level 8s. So we'll just start with Omega. You guessed it, it's a zombie profile. You're gonna see Omega. Omega's great because he takes himself out of your extra zone when he comes back, so you can just keep using that zone over and over again. So you can easily get away with running 2 or even 3 copies of Omega because they're not going to get in your way. Then Scarlight, because he can get rid of a lot of things at once, and Link monsters aren't all that strong, so he's a solid way of dealing with your opponent's entire board. Shogun Saga, because you can run a very strong Shiranui engine in this deck. I didn't, but you can. So you can make him very easily, and he's just a powerful little monster. Speaking of power, I have Void Ogre, who also can be Bells, because if you can make one, you can usually make the other. I just couldn't find my copy of Bells. So Void Ogre will have to do. They're both really powerful cards. Unizombie lets you make them, so why not? And that's it for my Vendread profile, guys. If you liked the video, hit a like. If you disliked the video, hit a like. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you put in the comments. Like I shout out in the very beginning, notification squad, please hit the bell. And that's all I got. Pass turn.